I just saw a video today talking about Dominican Republic getting the passport as quick as 6 months. Um, I did a video on this actually a while back on two instances I had dealing with the Dominican Republic. One as far back as 2005. The other one was in 2019. It went on for 2.5 years and didn't even get the visa stamped in the passport. I'm going to tell you something about the DR. You won't find any country on earth that I've dealt with that's as slow as the Dominican Republic. And when I saw this video and it showed it was 6 months you could get the passport, this is what he showed. It's so unrealistic. It's not going to happen, folks. If you go to the Dominican Republic, remember too, your visa-free travel there is really bad. It's worse than Belize. And maybe one day they'll get visa-free to the Schengen countries, but they don't have it now. And one thing he conveniently left out in the video was you're going to have to take a Spanish test too before you get the citizenship. Now, let me give you an example. The last time I actually applied just to see the results because I had heard so much about the DR just to find out what the time period was. And I thought maybe it had changed from the last time I had actually applied. To give you an example, I applied back in 2005, and I went through a lady in immigration department because who's a lawyer in immigration because I felt like that you could get some pretty trustworthy help. She ended up not doing anything. She ended up stealing a bunch of people's money. The law was after her. She was on the run when I went down there. This is the type of stuff you run into in the DR. And nothing ever materialized. I just gave up on it. The second time was in 2019, and then when the application took place, 2.5 years later. Of course, she kept using COVID and all kinds of reasons and stuff. Then she wanted to sue the immigration and the immigration department and the consulate office because she thought she knew more than them. It ended up being just a war. But 2.5 years later. This lady's name was Marie, spoke fluent English, so it wasn't a language issue or anything like this. But 2.5 years later, Marie had not even stamped the visa in the passport. I mean, this is how lackadaisical. That's the first step of getting anything done. That's even before flying to the DR and getting the cellular and getting the medical. That's the second step. This was 2.5 years later. So to get the passport in 6 months, it is totally impossible. You will not get it in that time period, okay? And you're also going to have to take a Spanish test. And also they mentioned in this video that you can get the passport in El Salvador after 2 years of residency in El Salvador after you have got the passport in Dominican Republic. And I'm going to tell you something, the 2-year period won't materialize in a 2-year period. The regular residency program in El Salvador, they say is 10 years, count 12 to 15 years to get the passport. And if you have a DR passport already and you're going there, I would tell you realistically, it will take you probably 4 to 6 years to get the passport in El Salvador if you can get it in the DR. But I'm going to tell you something, it is very difficult to get that passport in the DR. And most people throw their hands up because they go there with expectations that don't materialize and they get really frustrated and they quit. And I think what happens too is that's if you can find a lawyer that doesn't steal your money there, okay? There's so many thieves there, it's incredible. I'm not trying to throw, tomatoes at Dominican Republic. I'm just telling you, if you're looking for a fast passport using a residency by investment option, that's not the way to go. It will take you as long getting the passport in the DR as realistically, more than likely, it would to get the passport in Ireland. But Ireland's got, it's the number 3 passport in the world, and you can live there totally income tax free with the non-dom program because taxation is based on remittances. And to me, that's a lot better way to go. Or go to Cyprus if you want a little bit better weather. Cyprus has got a lot better passport. You'll get the passport, I would say, is quick, maybe even quicker in Cyprus, possibly depending on what kind of roadblocks you go to, than you would in Dominican Republic. But trust me, folks, 6 months, no way in hell. Anybody who tells you 6 months before you do business, say, look, you guarantee, or just say, if they won't guarantee it for you, get them to give you 2 people's names that they have gotten through in a 6-month period. I'm not talking about residency, I'm talking about the passport. The residency is going to take you, they'll tell you, it'll take you a few months. That's BS, folks. It'll take you a year, no joke, a year to 2 years to get the residency set up in the DR. A year to 2 years to get that residency. I'm talking about from the time you turn your money in, the time you actually get your cellular, okay? And that's the first step. The time you actually get your cellular set up, you're looking at, I would say, at least a year to 2 years if you're lucky, okay? After 2.5 years with the one that I applied with, I didn't have the visa stamp. That's before getting the cellular, which you have to fly to the DR to get that, and then you have to get the medical. But I would put this totally off your agenda. You're thinking about the DR. It is a sham country, if I've ever seen one, and it's not worth the visa-free travel. And if you don't know Spanish, is it really worth going to all that hassle and headache of learning a foreign language with that? I mean, to me, I would go another way. I would pick either Ireland or I would pick Cyprus, where you can have your taxes either zero or close to zero. And it's an English-speaking country. Things run a lot smoother on time and things. You know, to me, those are choices I would pick, but that's up to you. If you want to know more on this, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help if you legally want to get around high income taxes or how to get a second passport as quick as 4 to 8 months. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, put it below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen right here. You get new videos automatically as they come out. And I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.